Okay, so the next one has a problem where I just need to figure out which equation is the right one. And I tell you that one of the things I've noticed is that if you try to think of all these equations right here, and you stare at these equations too long, it's like too much for your brain to handle. It's like there's x's and 6's and 8's and it's just too much. The easiest thing to do on these is to center in on just one part, what makes these different. Can I eliminate some of the stuff? So it says here that she's got some pieces of ribbon, some that are 6 and some are 8. That's clearly this side here. There's all my pieces of ribbon. I can tell because it says 6 and 8, and that's all my 6 and 8's on this side. So this side is my ribbon, and then this side, that's 108, that's the total. So if I add up my pieces of ribbon, I need to compare it to my total, but I'm going to cover that up for a second. I don't even want to look at it. It's too much for my brain. I have my totals here. Now I just need to say, when I do my ribbon, when I add up my ribbon on this side, do I want it to be more or less than 108 inches? Well, if I only have 108 inches, do I want it to be more when I cut up the pieces? That doesn't make sense for them to all add up to more ribbon than I actually have. So it needs to be less than 108. Well, if you watch one of my other videos, I talk about this. This one kind of looks like an L. That's the one that's less than. This one that doesn't look at all like an L, that's the greater than. So I want less than, so I want the ones that look like this. So it's definitely not this one and it's not this one. Now what's the difference in these? Well, this one here is just less than, and this one where I add the extra line below it is less or equal. So let's use a little logic there and say, well, can it be 108 inches? If I have a roll of ribbon and I have 108, could I use exactly all 108 of it? Sure. It'd be actually kind of nice if I used up the whole thing. It doesn't have to just be less. It could be less or equal. So this is the right answer. Now let's go over and double check this other part. It says the 6-inch pieces are x. Oh, look, 6 times x, that seems reasonable. And the y pieces are the 8-inch ones, y times 8, that seems reasonable. So I have gone back and looked at this other part, but if you eliminate some of the choices here, it's not so hard for your brain to process all that information.